I'm going to show you how to mount a Expedition dry duffel. We're going to mount it to a DR650 provided with a Promoto billet rack. But what I'm going to talk about is also some hints and tips to mount it to any other type of rack. All our Expedition dry duffels come with mounting straps. And the way I like to do these is I like to basically get them individually, drape one over the seat. What I like to do on this rack, I'm going to start from the back. I like to put the female buckles in front, this being the female, and I like to thread it through the hatch of this type of rack. If your rack had bars, I would just go up, over, and under. And what that does, to give you an example, is when the bag tightens on it, it gets real strong. Can't lose your strap. Makes it so the bag is very stable on there. We'll do the other side. Again, just kind of starting from one, over, under, and under, and leave them about there. Now here's a Expedition dry duffel. This is a small. The medium and the large, of course the medium's a little wider and the large is even wider. The rear of the bag is the logo. So I'm going to just set it on this rack. I'm going to show you why we have all these D-rings on. What I like to do is thread the buckle through the D-rings that are on the bag, like so. Do it for both sides. The reason we put the D-rings in, there's twofold. One, when we're mounting this up, let's do the rear side also. The rear, I'll go through all the D-rings with the male, like so. Fasten through all the D-rings, like so. And fasten. Yes, it does sit on top of the buckles that open and close the bag. The reason I like to go through the D-rings, I'll show you once I get this tightened. When I tighten them down, I like to just pinch and pull. So we snug it up, take the tail and drop it through. And the reason I do that is so if the bag gets hit, it will never fall off. You won't lose the bag. The bag can't slide out from the mounting straps. Also, it gives, on the rear of the bag, it gives you provisions to add something else, a smaller bag, tent post tent, something like that, with straps to these D-rings. And that's essentially it for mounting a duffel. The things you want to look for mounting points, you could loop your webbing around a rack bar, a rack on each side, have those come up. Depending on the type of motorcycle you have, the grab rails. If you have a smaller rack plate or a larger rack plate, the same idea applies. One thing, do not mount it to any of the exhaust pipe mounts. Here, they get hot. If you have a twin pipe, make sure you don't get near it. Also, you don't want to tweak your turn signals and bend on those, so make sure you have good support in the bottom, like tent poles and so on, or a larger rack. But watch out for your exhaust pipe. And essentially that's it. That's what you need to look for. If worse comes to worse, you can use rock straps or even a full bungee net that you can hook on the seat and bring it around and just attach it with a bungee net.